A good while ago now, our dear friend Katsu sent us a very interesting list of a bunch of maps with interesting takes on the CTF game mode that are often overlooked or completely forgotten. And so just like usual, we put all the maps on the server and we decided to run an event where we playtested all of them. And now we're just gonna review them from the best to the worst. If you like this video, you should subscribe and join the Swishcast server in the description so that you can be notified of whenever we do another event or game session like this.
First up, we have CTF Estate, and just by the HUD, you might be looking at this and be like, oh my god, what is going on?
Yeah, probably the most experimental one out of like the entire map pool that we had. Let's say that red manages to cap first blue intel, then blue will move their intel back to this like B point, and it's gonna move back so on and so on until it goes all the way to the last point. But like, it's kind of weird though, because there should be like 4 points, but there's only 3. The HUD is like lying to you. There's only 3 points. There's no D. It's like 5 CP meets CTF, and it actually just makes a lot of sense once you play it.
This one was definitely confusing to get a hold of when we first started playing. I remember nobody was like even trying to comprehend the objective.
People were like spending more time, like I remember jumping into the well, not knowing that's like, you know, not somewhere you're supposed to go, and it just kills them instantly instead of like actually going
That's
to the
crazy.
objective.
What the hell is going on this map?
Huh?
That's crazy that it kills you. It shouldn't do that.
Why?
It should give you
So
C-
well.
I don't know, because I jumped in it like 5 times. I don't know why I was like, I'm just a brainlet, because there is like a skull and crossbones like right on it. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a secret if I jump in, and
I'm actually gonna have to look into the footage,
over.
but I think I literally have like a clear visual of you picking up the intel and then going, okay, this is going to be like a shortcut. You jump in the well and die instantly.
It's just you pick up the intel and there's a well right next to you. You got a Geronimo. It just, it just makes
It's
sense.
a sign of the like skull. It's clearly like harmful. My general thoughts is that like this is a really fun deathmatch sort of arena at first, but then the more areas of the map that you unlock by like pushing the enemy team's capture point back, it just turns into like a very, very hard to like push through sort of like 5 CP type of map where like you've got like 10 million sentries placed at on the C point, and it's impossible to push through.
Absolutely. Well, first thing I'm gonna say is the visuals do something bad to my brain. I don't know what it is about this lighting, but every time we were on this map, after like 10 minutes, I started getting a headache. I don't know what it is, but something about how it's like lit enough for me to like tell where I am, but also dark enough to like give me a headache. I don't know what it is about it, but I will say gameplay-wise, I definitely agree. The middle is a great deathmatch area, great for scouts. Every class can shine there. I genuinely think playing around the gargoyle like fountain is so much fun. If this was just this part and it was like player destruction or something, I would be singing its praises. Unfortunately, as you move on, it's corridors aplenty. You gotta switch off scout, you gotta get on soldier, and it's basically just shooting around corners like demo mans galore, and it just stops being fun because it's just too tight. It's also deceptive because it looks like there's a lot of alternate paths, but usually there's only like one real way to go.
Yeah, like especially this area that like sort of like crosses awkwardly between the staircase and a garden, then more staircases between the mid and the last, is just really fucking bad to like fight in. Everybody's like clustered together, stuck together. It's like sardines. And you would think that like, oh, a soldier could probably like jump over the wall, but I'm pretty sure that's not like a thing you can do. There's like an
invisible wall, yeah.
And then even then after you push through this area, I mean, a single level 3 being positioned near the intel is just so impossible to like destroy from here. You've got this little like window up here, like sort of room. It's really just like a death sentence to go in here. Like this is not gonna help you whatsoever.
People had sentries looking directly at the window, so there was no way for you to peek to like get any damage in. You would just get vaporized instantly.
Yeah, the only way to actually really get like sentries and stuff off the last point is to go from like the sides that nobody was going for, because they just like, they're so long to like go through the side route that you usually go to B for, but like, you know, B gets capped so quickly because, yeah, that too, but also like, you know, you can't have the next point be too far away, but also because like these are just intel, somebody just grabs, picks it up and runs away. Red team just wouldn't have the time to set up on the B point, for example, after A gets capped, so usually you just see like people start camping the last already because it's right next to spawn anyway. Deathmatch wise, this is really like a pretty cool map, but it's bogged down by a lot of issues. There's even like a whole other area where they probably meant to like, you know, have the very final point, the secret fourth point that shows up on the intel and like it doesn't actually exist.
I think overall this map had a cool idea, somewhat cool aesthetic. It's just the execution of all of it just leaves a lot to be desired, and for that reason it goes in C tier for me.
I'd give it a B because like personally for me it's a very like creative idea and it's not really been done before, so I feel like I kind of have to give it that. Solid premise. The start of the game is really fun, but like as it goes on it just, you know, slows down so much. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll agree with B simply because it did try something new.
Next up is CTF Nordhaven Special B3, the longest name that we have.
Iconic.
So this map is a sort of like beautiful little Christmas town. It's full of these RBG gamer lights all over the city on the Christmas tree. Everybody's celebrating the holidays. The
Christmas
sky...
sponsored by Razer.
It's got this like really weird skybox.
There's one singular cloud and it looks like a block of granite.
Yeah, just don't look straight up. Just ignore that. But otherwise, like this map is really beautiful. It's very cute. The main gimmick with this one is that it's just CTF, but there's a bunch of flags, and the game only ends once the timer ends. And you know, whichever team has picked up the most presents from below the Christmas tree, there's these presents that are like unassigned, or from the enemy team, whichever team has the most wins. I guess like being on the good list, on the nice list, not on the naughty list. Like what?
Well, you would think
what
stealing
here?
Presents would you know, have the opposite effect.
Have dire consequences.
Exactly. But this time, I really like the idea of this one, and I really like the layout of it. I think taking the intel from mid and then sort of like having a wild goose chase trying to get it back to your home base, it's just an awesome idea. I love the little alleys, the corridors, just how spacious it all is, because it really does feel like you're walking through a town. Maybe it helped that we played this during Christmas time and like I was blasting Christmas music in my like headphones, but the vibes on this map are impeccable. They are wonderful. I genuinely do not have any complaints about the layout, and I would be singing this map's praises more if the game mode actually worked.
Yeah, there's a little problem where, I mean, it does work, but you need to have a key bound for dropping the intelligence. So for me it's Q, so I can just do it whenever I want, but like not everybody has that like ready on the go. Nobody drops the intelligence unless you're one of those idiots who spams the fucking intel like on 2-4. Yeah, like we like like all day long. Just fucking like, we get it, bro. Move on. Just cap and end the game. You know, unless you do that, you're not gonna be able to play on this map, because when you get to your intel, you need to physically drop it under your Christmas tree yourself. The game doesn't do that for you like it normally should.
And there were so many moments where people brought back the intel and then didn't know how to drop it, or didn't even know that they had to drop it, right? Because the game doesn't tell you. And then it just kind of created these frustrating moments where people would be holding on to the flag instead of capping it.
It kind of feels like in you know, in those VIP game modes where like the VIP is just like a fucking idiot who like doesn't even have a key bound to walk forward, and just like, oh. It's like...
TF2 immediately falls apart the moment you have to rely on other players.
Team Fortress.
Then it just kind of devolves into a death match, right? Because at some point people just figure out like, I don't want to figure out this like game mode, I just want to kill people. And I will say it's good because I think, first of all, sentries cannot thrive on this map, which I think is like essential for a death matchy CTF map. So I will give it points for that. I just think that's fun. I think it's a perfectly solid map to have on like late into the night or something. I really like it.
If you have a group of people who know how to drop the intelligence, and you don't have any engineer mains who will like quit the game because the only good spot for a sentry is like buy your own spawn.
As an engineer, either you camp your own spawn or give up.
I kind of want to give this one an A, but I feel like when we played it, we didn't have that much fun on it necessarily, you know what I mean?
I would give it an A too, but I just think the vibes are great, and it's a pretty fun deathmatch map. It definitely depends a lot more on the people you play it with than the other ones do, but I still think it deserves A tier.
Yeah, for the Christmas spirit, we're gonna give it an A. This one is called Jagged. I'll be honest, I don't even really remember how this one works. Even when we played it, we didn't really know. I don't think anybody really understood, but the Game Banana page probably says it better. But like, a neutral intel spawns at the center of the map, and then you've got to bring it to the enemy's control points. So first would be the bridge, as labeled on at the bottom of the screen, and then you have to go back and then go to the base.
It's just so confusing. Why?
You know, if it was like CTF Estate, where like it's in a different area, like it's an actual different, like you're moving from point to point, it would make sense. But you're just kind of like delivering it to the same general area, except I guess down there they can place more sentries.
I will say I wanted to love this map because it has the aesthetic of those old 2009 maps, and I'm famous for loving dog-ass maps just because they are old. But unfortunately, this is not one of those times. This is rough. You don't know where you're really supposed to fight. No one was really paying attention or trying to really figure out how to cap. Any sort of capping was done on accident. Like, people would pick up the flag without realizing and then just stand on the point. It's just so confusing. It feels like playing TF2 in a fever dream, genuinely.
I just remember this. There's also a cooldown on when the neutral flag will spawn again. You know, I can understand like why you would need a cooldown in a map like this, but it's so long. I remember we were waiting like minutes, like entire, like multiple long ass minutes, just like wondering like, what do we do now? Did we like break the game? It doesn't like announce anything. There's no indicators that like, you know, the intel will now spawn again.
No other game mode just tells you like, oh, now the game is just stopped for the next couple minutes. You're done. Now you just wait. That's the only label I can put on this map. It's just like, what? Like, because I just don't get what the thought process was here.
I'm gonna be honest as well. I did not have any fun fighting in this one. This is not a good deathmatch. You can get spawn camped really easily because your spawns are like in these divots that like just get sticky spammed to hell if the enemy team actually like locks in and gets to know what they can do.
I love the enemy team having automatic high ground at all times when you're coming out of spawn.
Also, like, there's this outside area which is like, it's okay, but like this map is just multiple large lanes, completely straight lines that you have to like sort of just trudge through. It's just boring, isn't it?
No one even fought in the outside area. The map doesn't really funnel you through that.
Yeah, you don't really have to go there, and you don't really get an advantage from going outside. You just kind of like land behind the enemy spawn.
This one just confuses me. I don't like it. I did not have a single ounce of fun on it. I honestly think this might be the first Swishcast map review, like F tier from me.
The first Swishcast. Oh my goodness. How did you do this? We need to revoke your hammer license. We're saying this, and then we're gonna learn that like this was made by like a very beloved mapper who went on to do beautiful, wonderful things.
I'm sorry, but we are notorious for being super charitable towards maps. Like, I feel like we're a little too positive sometimes. So
we are famous.
It should say a lot.
End the sentence.
So. No, I did not say that. So I feel like us being this harsh on the map should say something. This is not good. Welcome to the Abyss. The aesthetic of this one might look familiar, as it's another one of these underground, underwater-esque bases. It features a neutral flag in the middle that you have to bring back to your spawn. I'm just gonna go right out the gate. I loved this one. This one is just so much fun. It just has one hellish hallway where everything is happening at all times, and then it's so easy to sneak behind the enemy and just like wreak havoc on their own base. I was beasting a spy here. I was going godlike a spy. Actually, I'm putting this in the recording. Ask me to send you the spy footage because I was going crazy. This is just, it's just one of those maps that like it it is perfect for turning your brain off. Like, I have nothing to say about this final point. It's not amazing or anything, but like those side corridors are so well made for like these little deathmatchy situations. There's these crates you can hide behind for cover. There's elevation. There's just everything about this map just clicked for me. Even though at a glance it really does not look that good, but I loved it.
Yeah, no, you would honestly, like when I first saw like the water area, I thought this was one of those offshore maps. Turns out I think this was made like way before. This is just like a fully half underground, half into this like weird molten lava fucking evil cave of hell.
Yeah, this is like the evilest cave I've ever seen.
And I mean, yeah, I think you've said honestly most of what there is to say about this map. There's a couple really cool gimmicks where you have these like big metal gates that will open and close depending on who has the intelligence and where it is on the map. At the start of the round, they're like all closed. For example, if blue has the intel, then red will, you know, have all these doors be open so they can quickly access these like flank routes to the blue final control point. But I do have some issues with it. It's not perfect. Like, it's good as a deathmatchy kind of like game. The map is very small, so it's just like very compact. There's always going to be something happening. You're not going to get spawn camped too much. It's really hard to like get up there in your face. But unfortunately, this means that it's really easy to like sort of defend the intel. So it just sort of like, you know, whoever gets the intel to their point first is gonna win most of the time. There's a little hole right below one of the flanks where you can set up a level 3, be completely unbothered the whole game, and have a complete overview of the point, and nobody's gonna see it the whole game.
It's so ridiculous.
Very broken. You could set up a level 3 right behind the point, and that level 3 would probably stay up the whole game.
Yeah, it's not the most balanced thing, but I think for creating like deathmatchy like interactions, it was perfect.
It gets better the more you know the map. You need map knowledge to really enjoy this one, but I think that's okay because it's so quick. You're gonna get the map knowledge as you go.
It's definitely an A tier for me.
I mean, hell, I'd even say it's an S.
Maybe for this selection, yeah, S tier.
Next up then, this map is called CTF Empire.
By the way, this is created by the legendary Murmoff, but it's only prolific on our server, because Murmoff made Red Fort, and everybody loved Red Fort, but for this, I'm sorry, Mr. Murmoff is missed. I don't like... Okay, so this has the vibe of an open fortress map. It is like one big wide corridor with like tunnels and whatnot, and it's so ginormous.
So basically what you have to do, this is sort of like a race. Both teams start at the very start of a long track, let's call it. And at the end of that track is a neutral flag, which, you know, one of the teams will have to bring all the way back. This is a really long trek, by the way. Like, you will need to all be on scout, or else this is going to take ages, or to start doing teleporters, or you need to do some bullshit.
It is literally, I will walk 500 chunks.
Genuinely, you will need to do that on this map. This map was probably really big at the time with sticky jumping, like professionals and whatnot, because this just feels like what the kind of like aesthetic that it's going for as well. Gameplay wise, having to go all the way here, grabbing that neutral intel, trying to go all the way back, dying halfway through. The enemy team doesn't even get to pick the intel because it, like, you know, runs out in like less than a second if it's like on the ground for too long, because you know,
resets, do it all over again, over and over and over through this long ass corridor
until you actually make it. You get it to your side of the map,
then you just see in the corner of your screen playing to 3, and you're like, ah. I will say this middle area is really cool, and I will say aesthetically this is a great map. Murmoff has always been good at environments, and I like the graffiti that's present on this map. I like the lighting of it. I like all of that. I think all of that is great, but oh my god, this layout.
I personally am just the kind of person who has genuine fun just from the mechanics of walking, running around, jumping. I just find all of that super satisfying. So literally just going as a scout with the Force of Nature in here and just like doing some Force of Nature jumps all over the place to like get to the intel, dodging people on my way. If you're the type of person who has that kind of fun with the game, this is a map for you, like 100%, because, you know, it makes you feel feel like you're a fucking quarterback playing like American football. You've got the ball, or like rugby, somebody passes it to you, and instead of like relying on any of your teammates, you fucking dash to do a touchdown like an idiot.
Can I complain about the biggest problem I have with this map?
Yeah, go on.
The spawn. So you spawn at the end of the track, and then you teleport all the way to the opposite side to the start of the track, which, unless you know that's what's happening, you're gonna be so confused. Like, for the first few matches, what I thought was happening was that I was looking at my intel and I had to defend it. So I was like, okay, let's go outside to defend it. And then I teleport and I'm like, okay, why is the intel like miles away? Like, what? They have this little graphic to like show you, but it just doesn't help.
Nobody's gonna read like a board of rules at spawn, unfortunately. And no matter how pretty or how cool you want to make it look, how much in theme it is, nobody's gonna be reading it on their first go.
I appreciate the attempt. I think like I could see what Mr. Moth was going for this time around, but you can't hit every time.
I still want to give some credit where it is due, because like visually this map is just really cool looking. It nails the like style where it's full of paint, full of graffiti. There's almost like a weird like story, I guess, happening where like you've got this like weird revolution like side happening on the red side, and then you've got like a weird metropolis force that's like fighting for peace or something on the blue side.
It's definitely got a lot of aura, but the map was not good enough for me to pay attention to any of it. I would still put it in C tier because it tried something new. It looks great, even though it's not very fun. I do appreciate the attempt.
At the very least, yeah, I do agree. It's a C, because at the very least, I can see Circle of Players, a perfect community for who this map is for. I cannot see that for something like Jagged. That map is for no one.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No one likes that. Stop dogging on this map. Stop dogging on that map. But yeah, no, C tier. And for the final map, we got Deliverance. I think this one has definitely the easiest gimmick to wrap your head around. There's one neutral flag in the middle, bring it back to your base, and that's it. Oh.
You bring it to the enemy base, you put it in their giant machine of doom. They're like this like Metal Gear ass contraption that's like drilling into the earth.
Wait, no, I forgot how awesome this is. Yeah, no, okay, this map's awesome. Hold on.
Wait, this is
hold
beautiful.
On, it's all flooding back. This one might be my favorite one. I think this one might be my favorite one of the night, because this one has like a giant mid that has tons of elevation. There's a ton of side paths that all have room. The big evil machine at both spawns is just really funny. There's just so many ways to tackle it. Every single class can shine here. I'm struggling to think of I'm just filling air while I'm trying to figure out what I didn't like, but I just can't even remember.
Looking at it again, like this map really feels like it should be an open fortress. Somebody needs to port this somehow. it just feels like the right map to bunny hop all over the place on. Like, we'd be having so much fucking fun with this. My very minor complaints that may just have to do with like how stacked our lobby was. We may have gotten a little too good at these fucking CTF experiments at that point in the night, because it took us so long to win a single round on this map.
Oh yeah, these did go on for a while.
The final points are very, very like hard to push into. They're very easy to defend with a couple sentries and a couple heavies, but overall it's not the kind of map where you get lost in. When it comes down to it, this map has all of the paths necessary to destroy any kind of defense. You just need to go on about it like the right way. We just never did.
Yeah, I mean, the flow of it is just so good. You get to mid, you pick up the intel, and then you just barrel straight ahead. The flow of it is unmatched. It's great. I want to see this played more often. We definitely have to keep this on our server, because I have nothing but fond memories here. I'm sorry to have such nothing burger commentary. I just really like this one. Sometimes the map is just good. Like, sometimes you're just like, yeah.
Like, sometimes shit is just well designed. It's really not just gameplay. Visually, it's really cool. It's got all those like very green green and gray. It feels like, you know, mossy. You know, it kind of has that like Brazil, Borneo sort of feel.
No, but like TF2 fans are gonna look at this. It's not orange and gray. Slop.
Where's the orange?
Why is it not brown? Why is it not a shade of brown? Yeah, no, this is S tier, but like top of S tier. This is it. This is the map.
Yeah, genuinely. We do have 2 S tiers now, but like out of the entire list that we have, which one like is your favorite? Because for me, I still like Nordhaven, I think, the most. It's not an S tier, but like if I have to pick a favorite, I think I like that one the most. Just like vibes, concept, just replayability. That one's just for me. It was built for me. It's my hole. It was made for me.
I like Nordhaven, but this one is my favorite. This is definitely the CTF experiment. I think if you're walking away from this CTF experiment video, your takeaway should be that this is someone did it. They experimented and it worked. This is a success.